Aw, thanks, Prince. It's not that amazing because I'll show you what I did. Uh, I'm trying to understand how colors work better. So, no, but it's a picture, which is why Procreate is cool. Watch. Hold on. There's like a million layers. Let me turn these all off. Just a second. I'll turn them off and you can see. What are you gonna draw? So you can see all the layers going away. I just did this background as like a brown background, but I found this picture. So this is the original picture. And then I'm literally just drawing on top of it. Because there's actually a lot of color in here that you don't realize. So from a distance, this is a bush tit. There's a long story. I love bush tits. Anyway, it looks like a little blue-gray bird, but when you zoom in, there's actually blacks and greens, and in like some of the areas there's like little bits of pink. And so anyway, I wanted to draw this to try to figure out, like, to get a better grasp of like what colors are actually involved when you are trying to draw a more realistic image. So I got that picture, and then I basically just traced it, which you can see there. So then when you turn it off, you can see, okay, there's the drawing, and then I started filling it in. Anyway, so now I'm basically going back and doing all of the different colors. I added some, like I did a white background so that it had a base, and then I've just been layering on top of that, like you can see that. Anyway, so yeah, this one has been fun, and it's a good way to learn how colors work together. When I used to be able to draw and paint for real, I remember that like I would do faces, and my teacher would have us, like we would do the skin tone, and then we would do green, purples, yellows on top of the skin tone to create the shadows. And it always made it look like the whole thing was a catastrophe, but you need all those undertones. So anyway, that's why I'm doing this, is to get a better understanding of the undertones. Hi, Chris. So yeah. Anyway, this has been a fun project the past couple days. And I'm nearly done with the bird. I just need, I'm gonna finish the feathers and the layering, then do the highlights, and then I'll do the branch last. Well, I guess the highlights very last. Let's see. Keep that. Try to remember which layers I want to turn off. And then I turn this one back on, and then I can kind of see what I'm doing. Prince, if you are about to draw too, there's a new All-Star brush. If you have not gotten these, that's what I'm using, and they're really good. I'll find it for you. I swear I'm actually gonna draw at some point today. Yeah, you need a specific link. I'll get it for you. Hold on. Let's see. Almost got it. Here it is. There you go. Anyway, I've been using just the All-Star brushes. I've been using the dry brush, the Edge 2.0, and the watercolor gold round for this entire thing, and it's been, I mean, I like them. So anyway, just gonna try to finish this, and I'm just fascinated with the amount of colors in this little bird, and I love him, and he's my favorite. I love these little birds. I can give you a quick nature lesson as well. So this is an interior, what would be called like a Midwest or interior bush tit. So there are 7 species of bush tit. 2 of them are indigenous, or 2 of them live in North America, I believe, maybe 3. And this one is interior, so it lives in the Midwest. And the ones that live here in the Pacific Northwest are more gray and brown. I'll actually be doing one of those next. And these cute little birds are actually at really high risk of extinction due to climate change. They do not handle the increase in temperature very well, and it puts a strain on their food system. But anyway, we get these little bush tits in our yard, and they are my absolute favorite little birds. They always fly around in groups of 20 to 50, and they just sort of like attack the feeder in the cutest way. And they also they do little teeny chirps as they fly to like let everybody know where they are and keep track of one another. And anyway, they're just amazing and adorable, and I love them. So I'm just using this dry brush to like do the individual strokes. And then what I've been doing is doing little patches. And I actually just think about, okay, well, what direction are the feathers going to be going in? And then I, follow that with my brush. So like when I did the wings, you can see there's like a little bit of a downstroke. And then after I do that, I go through it with the smudge tool, just to kind of make sure that there's not a huge delineation between all of the feathers. And I'm trying to be good about getting different variations of color in there, because this bird has a lot of different colors. Like you can see around his eye and cheek, there's actually shades of kind of a beigey pink and like a green in there. It's really fascinating, all the colors that you get. Thanks, Prince. I like doing more specific kind of art. Not specific, what's the word I'm looking for? Someone help me. Like more detailed, that's the word. Art like this where, you're doing like hatches. I used to love doing hatch drawing, where you use hatch marks to actually fill and shade things in. It's really calming. And if you haven't noticed, all of my art is like ways for me to sort of meditate and think about stuff. I need as much calming stuff in my life as possible, because I'm pretty excitable as it is. So the last thing I need is for the artwork to also be excitable. But see, like, just look at his little tummy. He's so chubby. But it seems like it would just be white, but it's not. It's like white and gray and blue. It's all these colors, and I bet you there is even some green in there as well. So we're just gonna come back up here and start. Are you drawing something specific today, Prince? Sorry, my notifications are up and I have no idea how to turn them off. I turn them off in different places and then they like still come up and I'm like, why? Ooh, a little snowman. That will be nice. Yeah, I had it in, I just put on Do Not Disturb, Chris, and it like, I swear to you, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I realize that is totally user error. However, I can't figure out why. Do not disturb. It's funny. It's bad, but it's funny. So I felt kind of embarrassed to come to like do the stream and show this because I feel like I'm cheating by having this little picture in like the color guide. But I will say it is extremely helpful when thinking about color, because I don't have a background in like color theory and all that, and so doing it this way and forcing me to go patch by patch and see how the different colors all work together has actually been extremely helpful in just learning how to think about depth. And it forced me to think about shading, like shading the whole bird and like doing layers on top of layers, which I think was good. Chris, literally what everyone does. Well, yeah, I know. I don't know. I know so many people who are like really good at drawing and painting, and so it's like, well, they're not doing the exact same thing, but you know what? Otherwise I wouldn't be able to do this, so at least not yet. So I'm learning. And it forces me to really pay attention to the colors that I'm using, so that's good. And you start to see where patches change, like this is blue. Like this little guy has like sky blue on him for some reason. Yeah, I agree, Chris. Like, I remember when I first learned to draw, like when I was a kid, you know, I would just copy stuff and I don't remember feeling bad about it, and it was encouraged. But now as an adult, it's like, oh, I guess, am I not supposed to do that? But if you don't use a guide, you're never going to be able to learn, right? So I don't know. And if I'm happy with how it comes out, then that's also good. Look, another little piece of kind of this bluish gray. So fascinating. I also think doing it like this takes a lot of the pressure off, because I look at these little birds every day in the backyard, and so I just had to like go find a picture, and then this made it super easy to start drawing one, you know? That is the cool thing about Procreate. I feel like it opens a lot of drawing doors. Chris, yeah, it's a study. It's that's what it is. That's what I'm doing. It's color study. And brush technique. Ta-da! Oh, I also remember my art teacher used to be so funny. She used to say, okay, when you're doing fur or hair or feathers, you want to go like in the direction that the feathers or fur was falling. But she would also tell me, she would be like, think of a feather. Like, think of each individual feather. And so now when I do this, I like say to myself over and over, like, feather, 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 feather. It's like this weird tick that I've developed. We'll say that it works. I don't know that it does work, but we'll say that it does. My art teacher was amazing, and also she was just so funny. She was very, very disorganized. Like she did art classes in her basement, and it was always just like totally messed up down there. Like just stuff everywhere, art books everywhere, random magazine pictures just that she wanted to draw. And I remember a few times I would go over and she would have organized, she would have like gotten fed up with it, and she could never find anything. Whereas when she left it messy, or I guess what we would consider messy, she knew exactly which pile her stuff was in. It just looked in shambles. She was so funny. I liked her a lot. Are people taking any time off or doing anything relaxing? Chris. And Chris, you have a degree in art, right? So I'm like slowly killing you right now, maybe, with this, my bird study. You did do all the art classes, yeah. I loved art. I always did it as a hobby. I did it in college, like I did ceramics in college, which was how I got into that. Totally by accident, because I needed to take one more like level. It was like a level 2 class. And I thought, oh, well, I'm going to be terrible at this and I'm not going to like it. And I sat down at the wheel and like immediately fell in love with it. It was very odd. So I'm just trying to find like the light and dark shadows here, or I guess that would be highlights and shadows, and then filling them in those patches. So I kind of am like searching to see like, okay, that's a dark patch, so I'm gonna fill in the little dark area. The problem is it looks like I'm not doing anything because the colors match, but I promise I am. It is doing something. You can see here. See? So I've got all these little patches. And then I've just been kind of going back and filling them in, and then we'll smudge them together. The smudge tool works pretty great. I like this dry brush too, like it to me feels like an actual dry, like a dry watercolor brush, which is really nice. I guess looks like it, doesn't feel like it, but you know what I mean. I baked like 120 cookies the other day for our neighbors. So that got out of hand. Delivered them all. Now, I never want to see an oven again. Yeah, it started off fun and it ended as like an obsession where I was like, oh gosh, I have to finish all of these. But do I? Why? What am I doing? It was not great. The cookies were good though. I made Mexican wedding cookies or Russian tea cakes, depending on how you might know them. And sugar cookies that Jason and I frosted or did icing on, and it was really fun. The icing did not look great, but that's okay. We're not going into profession for that. Let me see what color his little chin is. Okay, so I have filled that in. No, I haven't. Let's see. What color is your chin? White. Okay. So. Are people taking any time off for the holiday, or at least taking some time to relax, I hope? What, Chris? It's time off. It's like this thing where you sometimes don't even look at a computer for a few days. You heard of that? Nice, Prince. I'm doing the same thing. I had to. Okay. Did I get that little chin? Mostly. So this is all white. And this is gonna be this kind of beigey color. Let's see, I want this one. Oh, a video course. That last little bit is the worst part. Sucks. Where you're like almost there and then it's like, well, if I just change this one thing, it'll be better. If I just change this one thing, it'll be better. I hear ya. I mean, taking a few days off to not do it. Just saying. You know your business better than I do, but everybody needs a break. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my little smudge tool. And how big do I want this to be? Like that. And just kind of go over it. So if we were doing like an oil painting, this would be a different type of dry brush technique where we would take like a dry fan brush or something and we would use that to kind of smudge all the colors together. And so what you're doing here is just sort of blending. So you can see it kind of start to blend. And you don't want to do all of it because some of the some of it is nice to be able to see, like, oh, look at his little feathers. But it also, you know, just like if I were to put on makeup, I may want to have a defined eyeliner, but I don't want there to be lines on my eyeshadow. Don't know why I just used that reference, because I don't know how many of you wear makeup. So that might not have been helpful at all. Let's see. Make this white too. The only problem with me having so many layers is that I definitely forget what layer I'm on, and I have to constantly, obsessively check. Okay. So, let's take a moment, back up. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Look at his little body. Ah, he's so cute. I love them, they're so cute. Okay, they're just so pudgy, and they're so happy. I'm okay, I'm fine. Oh, they're so cute. Okay, that's all of the layers. So that's so far. I love the top part, like the head is looking pretty dope. The belly needs some work, and the tail doesn't have enough definition yet. So there's just some shadowing on the wing that I need to fix. So I will do that. Just turn everything back off. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter if I turn that off. That's just the branch. Let's see. What have I turned off? I don't want to turn that off. Where did we go? There we go. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then turn this back on, and we'll see what's going on with the little belly area. Oop. Don't do that. That is not what I wanted to do. Yeesh. See, and I have to like obsessively check it because I get so worried that I'm in the wrong spot. I don't know why I find this so calming, but it's extremely calming. Sometimes on work calls, I draw so that I can listen, and I a lot of times end up doing like lines like this that then become, I don't know, like a landscape. Otherwise I can't like pay attention to what's happening. We have, I think it's kind of cool because people on the team are really understanding. We have people who knit too, like they knit while they are in meetings to help them listen. It's like I have to do something with my hands, you know? And if it's not material that's easy to take a note with, I can't understand what's happening if I'm not, you know, kind of doing something with my hands. I don't know. Helps me. Let's see. Go up here, I think. Trying to make sure that I get most of the patches kind of done, and then I can turn the guide off the picture and just fill it in. I have to clean my pottery wheel tomorrow morning, and I might try to stream throwing tomorrow afternoon too if I can get it clean. Oh, it's such a pain in the ass to clean. It is not fun. It takes so long. Oop, that is not the right color. Okay, let's see. Turn this off. Let's see. I want color. Okay. Almost ready to kind of blend this section. I really want to blend this color under the wing here, because I feel like that is kind of standing out like a sore thumb. So just smooth that out. Because this should really be, it's a shadow, right? So okay. And I'll leave a few little spots so that he does have individual feathers, but we'll kind of make sure that the shadows are connected here. All right. Let's see how that looks so far. It's coming along. I know I keep turning the layers on and off, but I need to see what it looks like. Wondering. That looks okay. I think I might just keep going with the stomach and see. I might need to blend it more. That might be the problem. We'll get there. I also wonder if maybe I won't even need to have that white background at the end. That's with it off. I mean, he's like a little ghost bird right now if I don't have it on, but it does look immensely different with that white background, I think. So, I don't know. I do like it. We'll just keep blending under the wing, I think. Just give that a little bit more attention and we'll get there. Okay. So turn this back on. Thanks. And turn that off. And zoom in. And we'll keep going. Just kind of doing it all and doing this part all in one layer, which may or may not come back to bite me in the butt, but it should be okay. You know what else I might do? Make the brush a little bit bigger. That might help me out too. And you can see right here, like in this part, you can actually see individual little feathers on his stomach because he's all floofed up. So I want to be sure that when I go back and I'm doing highlights and stuff that I really keep that. And I kind of did a base already where I used a little bit bigger dry brush to do the feathers on his stomach. So there are some kind of standout white feathers that you'll be able to see when I turn that layer back on. I bet the snowman looks great. You could also do what I'm doing and find a snowman that you like and copy over it. I mean, do a snowman study, right? I believe is what Chris said, a snowman study. Could do a whole series of snowman studies. It's hard to just, sit down and come up with something. I can't do it. See, snowman study. It's official, we can do that. Yep, shading studies, form studies. Exactly, like the way you think, Chris. There are so many colors in this little spot. This part in the head is just really surprising. Like, why is there this weird blue-green? Makes no sense. It's so cool. I put up a hummingbird feeder the other day, and we are already getting little hummingbirds, which is great. But I've learned recently that hummingbirds have to eat every 15 minutes or else they die. Like, how is that animal still alive is what I want to know. It makes no sense. Like, as a species, that they have survived. Sleep flying. They have to. The hummingbirds have to nap when the temperature gets low enough, because if they don't, they go into like this light hibernation state, and if they don't, they use up all their energy and then they die. It's like, geez, how did you survive as a species? No one knows. All right. So, how's this looking? A little patchy. We'll go back and fill that in. Well, the colors match because it's super hard to see, so that's great. Let's go. Yeah. They don't come out till fairly late now because it's so cold, and I think that they have to warm up enough to be able to get going. Oh, another funny thing that they do is they go into that like light hibernation stage, and then when they come out of it, they have to like vibrate, like shake themselves in order to get up enough heat to actually wake their little bodies up. Honestly, nature's miracle that they survived as a species. Makes no sense, but they're cute and mean. They're mean little bastards. Ooh, went a little heavy there, but that's okay. I have to like point at the spot that I want to shade in because it's hard to tell now. You'll see I kind of did these a little bit more haphazard because I feel like he's fluffing up his feathers, right? And a lot of times when they do that, they kind of shake to fluff up their feathers to like really get the air in there to insulate. It's like a down jacket basically. And when they do that, the feathers kind of go woof, they like fluff out all which way. So I'm kind of doing them like that. That's my thought. I don't know if it's right, but that's what I'm doing. They're like all basically in this direction, but kind of out. Anyway, there's a method to the weirdness. I swear. Ah. So many layers. Do I need all these layers? I do not. And yet. And yet. Oh. Okay. All right, we are getting there. Like a million shades of white and gray here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not what I meant to do. Okay. Take a look at that now. And then next we'll do the wings. But let's see. All right, I'm gonna turn on all the layers except the background layer and the picture, obviously. So that's what it looks like without the white background layer. Which I do like that. But it does feel it's still translucent because there's pieces of the wing to be filled in, and I'm trying to decide if I smudged it more, would that be better? But I like the airiness of it versus this is what it looks like when I turn on the white background that I did. Like that feels like that's a solid animal. But the wings look super flat because they don't have any depth to them. But the white undertone I think is nice, or maybe it shouldn't be a white undertone. Maybe it should have been like a slightly grayer undertone. I might play with that and see what that looks like actually. So, because look, if I take off everything, let's see, how did I do it? Yeah. So look, I take off all of the color. I'll leave the feet and the branch. But that is the undertone that I put in. Is it? Yeah. Oh, see, it's even got some of the feathers on it. Yeah. Okay, so that's the undertone I put in, and I'm wondering if I went too light. and if I should have gone a little bit more, like more translucent, like I tried too hard to make it solid. I don't know if I can change like the translucence now that I've done it. I don't know. Ooh. So just gonna see what this bird looks like again. Cause see, it's the main color is more of this bluey gray undertone. So I think I might try that again. Like I'm not gonna, it's like this, like that. I think that is the color of the bird. So just try this other layer and see what that looks like. And I also, okay, I'm in the right layer. I have the right brush. I am going to make it more opaque, and we're just gonna see. The brush bigger. And I think it probably doesn't have to be perfect because we will be, like we've got so many other shades on top of this. I'm just doing this to like make sure the bird has like a more solid background. That's all. So I don't even know that this needs to be perfect. And I'm hoping that this means that it's like less harsh, a less harsh undertone. I don't know. That is what I'm going for. Yeah, the bird is taking off his invisibility feathers and will soon be seen by all. Actually, I don't want to color that part because those are his cute little fluff feathers and not actual bird. They're just like these birds, they look kind of pudgy, but they're mostly feather. They're super tiny. Okay. I don't know if this was the right decision, but I did not delete that other layer. But you can see maybe here, layer 23, how much lighter it is than layer 8. And layer 8 was kind of the background layer. Invisiburb! So I don't know. Like, I don't know that this was the right decision, but I want to see what it looks like. So now I'm going to turn on all the layers except that really bright white layer that I had. So many layers. There's so many layers. Okay. Oh, I gotta turn the blue off. I was like, what's wrong? There we go. I was like, that doesn't look right. It may be too subtle. I might go over it one more time. There's a medium that I'm going for, like a medium area that I'm trying to aim for. Okay, so this is with the little bit lighter background. Or I guess significantly lighter background, okay? This is without any background. And this is with the heavy white background. I feel like the heavy white background feels like too much. It just adds a huge amount of weight to this bird. That doesn't add enough. Okay. If I keep saying that over and over again, do you think I will figure out what I'm doing? Maybe. I know what I'm doing. I am going to, again, go back and do a little bit heavier, but not a lot. Like maybe a bigger brush and a little bit even more opacity. No, Marissa, you do not want to do that. You also need your blue lines. Blue lines. I want a happy medium. That's all I want is a happy medium. Happy medium. Like that. Okay. Okay. I'm feeling like I like this. Feeling good. Feeling subtle. Feeling the layers. Okay. So now you look at layer 23 versus layer 8. Still a difference, but layer 23 has a lot more, it looks like more color there now. Turn all these on again. Why did I make so many layers? Nobody knows. Should I merge them? Maybe, but I don't know how to unmerge, so I'm not. I like that. I think that is what I like. I like it like that. Okay. And then, yeah. That versus that, which is just like slap in the face. I'm a bird. Too much. Too much. This, I'm a bird. well, let's see, sorry, you could copy all, merge them, and then work on that while keeping all the old ones. Copy all, merge them. I have done that one other time. Yeah, merge all the layers. I get you. I think I am going to muddle through all the layers because I think it would take me longer to figure out how to do that correctly. I did do that in one of the tutorials that I took, but it's not that big of a deal. It's okay. I am gonna delete this layer though. Ta-da! I got rid of one. Okay. So now onto the tail, the wings. No, the wings. Oh man, I could do this all night. I find this very soothing. What am I doing? Getting rid of this. I'll merge them all when I'm finally done for sure. Okay. I think I have to turn off his little wings. Wow. The wings are not going to be easy. They are kind of confusing. They're like two-tone. I am going to add a layer, and I'm going to do this. Yes, where I'm gonna actually use this edge still, and I'm gonna kinda actually just do a little two-tone thing like this. Yep, that's all I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna see how this works. It's a separate layer, so if it looks terrible, I can undo it. My reasoning for doing it this way is that there is definitely different colors going on here, but I don't want to lose. I've already drawn in some lines and I don't want to lose that portion. So I think if I can like layer on a little bit of color, it will make the wings have more depth. You can see that in layer 23 again. I don't know, does it just stop counting? It must, I have no idea. Unclear. Or it adds to it later, okay. Not great, Bob. Hope I don't have to do the wings all over again. I am going to erase this. Oh boy. Okay, turn all this back on. I see what I should have done now. In terms of layers, I'm starting to understand that a little bit better. So there should be the base layer, which I think is fine, like to have a base layer, and then a layer that puts all the kind of the background colors together, and you merge all those, like smudge them together, and then you have the individual feathers as a separate layer that goes on top of it, I think is what I should have done. And I sort of ended up doing that, but it wasn't planned out, and so it's not quite right. Okay, I erased some colors on the wings, and I believe that that was the correct choice. However, I still need to do these wings. Oh, that's where it's coming from. Okay. Really, Marissa? That was an accident. Okay. Oh man. Wings are not easy. So you can see, I'm just turning this on and off to try to see where it is, but you can see it's getting like lighter and darker because I think I accidentally created a new layer. I didn't mean to do that. And then I did that here too, where I was like filling it in. So I think I might delete this layer entirely. Delete that. And then I will leave that. Yeah. Okay. hate this, so that's going away. All right. So, wings. I think I've cleaned up some of those layers. And I'm gonna do everything on the wing and tail layer. Am I? No, I'm gonna create a new layer and then have that be an underlayer. Okay. Because I'm just worried that it's not gonna work out the way I want it to. So, safety first. Okay. So, the lines look fine. Like, not great, but fine. It's really trying to get that background color that is difficult. So, yee. Did that do anything? Let's see. Oh, it did. Yeesh. Okay. I hate that. Oh, crud bucket. Okay. There's just gonna be a vague white spot where the wings are, because I cannot fill them in. I'm kidding. I think I'm gonna have to start over with the wings. Because they're not right. Which, it's fine, but they're not right. They are transparent feathers. I think I have to do the wings over. It's okay. It's not a huge deal. But they, like, the lines aren't like confident enough, and they should be. They just don't look right. So, that's fine. We're learning. So now the feathers, the wings, are like longer feathers. So it's not gonna have that same down that the rest of him has. It's gonna be much more like a full feather, not like little down feathers. So that means that I want to use a different brush, I think. I'm gonna try this. You can even see, well, maybe you can't, but I can see just because my face is right up in this. There, you can actually see the like little curvature of his wings, which is what I am attempting to make sure we capture. someone who had a bit more experience than me with this, I think maybe would fill this in all the way, like with this dark color, and then just come back and do highlights to actually identify, like to highlight the wing. And I am gonna come back and do the highlights, but I wonder if an ink pen would work better. An ink pen. What am I trying to say? Like if I used a little pen instead of trying this watercolor one. What's this? Oh no. Glad I tested that first. Oh boy. Oh, howza. Okay, okay. That could work. Let us try. Okay, so it begins the game. Let's do it. Gonna do it. Gonna do this until I get it right. Oh boy. That is a little heavy-handed. Maybe I will do the opacity down. Opacity. What color is that? Yeah. Okay. The burb is slowly coming to life. That looks better. Doesn't look like it's completely drawn in now. Yeah, why? Oh no. Not the color I wanted. I don't know why this wing is so difficult for me. I think I'm in my head about it now. Okay. Mm-mm. Okay, I see, and then I'm gonna have to go back over this with highlight. That's what's gonna have to happen. Okay, that's fine. Just don't rush. Nope. Hmm. Hmm. I just keep saying, because I don't know that I like it. I'm gonna fill these in. Okay. Let's see what it looks like now. Not great, Bob. I'm gonna have to think about this. There should be a better way to do this, and I don't know what it is. Like, they don't look terrible, but it doesn't match. Like, it's not right. As a reference, this is what the bird wings actually look like. Here, I'll turn off my other stuff too. Like, they look different than the rest of the body, but they look like they fit. So maybe I'm overthinking it, and it needs to, like, they just need to blend together. Because right now they don't really blend. It looks like I have a body and then some wings. So I want it to blend a little bit better. And this is what I've got so far. Which, like, it's okay, but the wings are still not quite right. So I gotta work on that. But it's coming along. I think I have all the layers on. And the last thing I'll do is the shading and shadows. Okay. I'm gonna call it, because I'm getting hungry. And it's already 7, and I would do this for another couple hours if I don't pay attention to the time. So, yeah, this will be done soon, and I will share it. But anyway, thanks for joining, and I will see you later. Bye.